Hi there, Net Battles Double A here, back with another post-match commentary. Today's comes from EXP Jefar, who wants me to analyze his gameplay in this first of 5 set against EXP Sultan. We have EXP Jefar on player 1 side with 0 Virgil Strider, good team. We saw Marn take it to top 8 Evo, 0 backed up by 2 amazing anchors you really can't go wrong with. On the other side, SMG on player 2 side, Wolverine Wesker Iron Fist. You can pretty much see how that goes together. Wolverine with the Wesker assist for the damage loops at the end of combos, and Iron Fist assist for the mix-ups and wall bounds and stuff like that. So let's get right into it. I have watched these matches and already have stuff to go on, so this is not a first time viewing. I will be going back and forth to talk about different things. We'll talk about opening in a bit. For now, I mean, what you want to do when you look back at your matches is look at like every time you got hit. So good, and then gets hit out of the move, I guess. Really just playing neutral. Not a lot of reason to do that dive kick. So just, it sucks to say don't do that, but you know what I'm saying. It's really just you got hit by the assist, and now you know, okay, play patient, no reason to press errant buttons, right? Right. And again, we see pretty much a normal Wolverine mix-up. I can't really take you to town for getting hit by that, because that's the whole point. It's a 50-50. You have to guess. Now here, okay, so we get this X Factor here. The double jump is good to avoid the assist. That's fine. And then X Factor is like, you already avoided the assist. I don't really see what that is going to do for you, right? So here we go. Fall into the assist. Wolverine still gets another chance to mix you up. He can go, I guess, high, but more likely low or left right is probably the mix up. He just stays in front and slashes. Okay. Probably hit a button. The thing about Wolverine is it's really hard to tell because of the pink hit sparks. It's hard to tell, but you can see there's a red hit spark behind, so it looks like you were pressing a button. You don't really have anything to gain when you're in a situation like that by pressing the button. You might as well block, and I know that's hard against X Factor Wolverine, but he's going to have to, I mean, even if he does like a Berserker slash to the side, he doesn't have meter, he can't go Berserker Rage. So by and large, I feel like you're okay blocking. I think you have the space to play patiently there. But it happens. That should be the end of the match. Low health Strider. Sorry, bud. There he goes. Okay. So that one, before we go on, just to sum up that match, pretty basic. You got hit by like 3 things in total, and that was the match. And that's Marvel sometimes. I mean, I say look at every time you get a hit and look at every time you got hit. That's the best way to understand what you're playing, and that usually leads you into like thinking about your neutral. But in a match like that, I mean, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna have to play more patient, and not get hit by mix-ups. Like, that's not advice. That doesn't help. So moving on instead. So this is kind of a weird one, and like I said, I wanted to talk a little bit about incoming in general. 0 versus Wolverine, obviously an interesting matchup because, well, an interesting matchup to start with, because Wolverine at that 99-second mark is ridiculous. He can immediately go to the other side of you, Berserker Rage into a combo, and probably, oh, he doesn't have a TAC here, but he can do a hefty amount of damage. He's got options. So here we go for the grab, and Wolverine just jumps, probably looking for the air grab. Yeah, there goes the heavy. So by jumping up that one time, you faked him out, and that's good. And I just have doubts about going for the heavy like that. If Wolverine jumps back, hits a free punish, but maybe a backwards heavy would be the better option here. There's still option select the throw, and you're still probably not going to do much off of it, but maybe you can get 0 pickup off one and not the other. I'm sorry for my lack of knowledge here, but in general, I don't know how valuable going for a throw like that is, but it all works out. And then you jump backward, then you've got Buster, and you can do this. So Marvel's one of those games where I guess sometimes the ends do justify the means. Okay, we get lucky here. There's a raw Berserker Rage. Nice. Played that exactly right. He was going for the assist and he overextended himself, and you appropriately punished. Into loops. Or not even necessary here. Oh no! Okay, whatever. On these mix-ups like this, I don't know that I'm a huge fan of, like, I've talked about this before in the other Chicago videos, but doing stuff that you're not ready for. Like, I assume, you know, you have to Tiger Knee, the dive kick there, and then Buster is what you're going for, but just Buster comes out, which means, like, you got flustered and you weren't really ready to pick up off of that. Also, I feel like this is the wrong mix-up to be calling Strider on. Again, not the Zero Strider expert here, but, like, the lightning hits, and then Strider hits. It's like, it would have been... There's no like stagger there. There's no mix up between the two. Like if you had blocked lightning, you would have blocked, or if he had blocked lightning, he would have also blocked Strider. There's no reason to call Strider at the same time that you're going for that. You might as well just do lightning and then call Strider, and then, you know, do a teleport, Buster cancel, you know, do something else afterward. You might as well do a layered mix up. That's what Zero's best at, and that's what Strider Assist really helps with. Is you throw him into that little gap. Strider kind of, as an assist when you're going for mix-ups like this, works as like a frame trap, where if they panic and press a button, or you can cross them up if you're a character like Zero with that command dash teleport, or it just, if they jump, then, you know, they die because of that hard knockdown. So you want to use that Strider Assist as a frame trap. I can't offer a specific mix-up, but there's like 8 million of them. Okay, there we go. That's just an execution error, but that's the correct... Back up a little bit. That's definitely the correct use of that Strider Assist. You're close enough that you can go bonk, bonk, and just pick them up off of it. So maybe just, you know, cold hands or a little bit of rust on that earlier one. Playing this pretty smart and patiently, moving in under gunshots. Later on, there's a part where you definitely don't, and I'll call that out. But that was pretty good neutral. Alright, what's the mix-up? Again, same kind of thing. Calling Strider and going for lightning does not help you anymore. So in this set, I'll say it right now, you're gonna get hit by Iron Fist a lot. And in a case like that, I'm just gonna mash pause here, because I'm low tech like that. But we get these red hit sparks, which means you are pressing a button. Now, possibly just a messed up push block, I can't possibly tell. Probably a messed up push block, you got a dash, you got hit out of the dash, it happens. But it's not the first time in this, or it is the first time in this set, I guess, but it's not the last time. And then Iron Fist gets this combo. And then, that's such a late pickup. I always think, it looks like Zero can roll out, but it hits in the air. Alright, let's back up again. This one was just a backdash. I guess the push block must have not been a backdash, because it would have been a yellow thing, but you know what I'm talking about. Oh, it messes up. Oh. And then this is the other thing Iron Fist hits you with a lot, is that super. It's, you know, it's got so much invincibility on it, and he can just combo off of it in the corner. It's definitely, you gotta kind of treat it like a bionic arm. And okay, one of the major things that I would immediately say, like, hey, you can work on this, is just multiple times you do this crouch light, or jump light rather, to hit people. Just use jump heavy. That's what everyone does, because it works, because it's ridiculously good. It hits in front, it hits behind, it hits for a mile in either direction, and it hits way below you. Jump heavy is ridiculous, and it's like a 4-frame difference in startup or something. Most air to ground situations, that's fine. The jump heavy is so useful that, like, the faster startup on light is not going to do anything, especially because look at this hitbox. It doesn't exist. Like, just look at how it whips right here. Whoop. It just goes right past him. But good match anyways. Okay, so here we go. Another opening gambit. I guess I'll back up and talk about it since I talked about it last time. But there's not a whole lot to say. You just go for the jump, and he tries to grab. It doesn't work out, and I guess you try to grab. It doesn't matter if it doesn't work out because you're basically home free. All you need is just leave the situation. I wasn't 100% aware that was projectile invincible, but that's ballin'. Okay. So that's another time we've been hit by this. This time, it's just out of an air dash, and this isn't a good example because we're so close to Wolverine, but I think there's definitely room for improvement in your neutral game in this particular matchup. I understand why you wanted to air dash out of that situation, and you know, Iron Fist, that's just exactly what he excels at. Alright, we block that mix up again, and then just raw Helmbreaker. Like, you jump, he's way over there, and yeah, Wolverine can run in, but he's not doing anything when you decide to home break. Yeah, I know you wanna read that he's gonna come in because he's Wolverine, he rushes down, but he's way over there and he's not doing anything. You can try to react to that kind of stuff, especially because you can make Helmbreaker safe on blocks. So there's no reason not to just try to react. Here he just gets the punish for free. Alright. I don't think he can kill. Oh, I was looking at... Oh, no, he just barely built the meter. Alright, here we go. Playing neutral, staying on the ground. And then the X Factor is kind of a Chicago X Factor. He did a jump in. You're not going to punish that. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you will, but you're gonna have to do it right here. You know what I mean? Like, it's not really the kind of thing you're looking to punish. You're looking to punish like a heavy normal or a special move or something that he's otherwise locked into something on the ground. So now we just have an X Factor for no reason, and yeah, he's still coming in, but he doesn't really have to. He can play really safe. But when he sees that he got the hit, he just finishes the kill. Yeah, X Factor, and I call it a Chicago X Factor. I just made that up, but it's because y'all do it a bunch. Just X Factor at like neutral, or when there's no real reason to. And really, when you're in an anchor against a whole team situation like that, the best time to X Factor is to guarantee like momentum. When you know you can punish with it, when you know you can get a happy birthday, something like that. X Factor doesn't help you defensively, and in a match where you're both trying to get in and press buttons like Strider Wolverine, it's not going to help you get the first hit any more than just playing would. You know what I mean? True, you're Strider and you could have Ouroboros up or something, but that's not what happened. You just X Factor and you try to keep playing that neutral game, the jump around and press dive kick and heavy. Here we can check it out again from that X Factor. Now a little bit more. There we go. No confirm. No confirm. No confirm. And then we kill. So you're just jumping around playing neutral, and the X Factor doesn't help that at all. That particular X Factor. And Strider is a comeback character. Like with that X Factor, he can murder, especially a character like Wolverine doesn't have a lot of health. Wesker does, but you know, he can get through a team. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. I'll back up and talk a little bit about that, even though I don't really have... I'm not going to unlock any secrets of the universe here, but this right here, trying to get the continuation, trying to salvage that combo that was dropped, but instead he does the classic roll forward call assist, which anyone with like a strong horizontal assist or just an invincible assist Like that's what you should expect every time they're knocked down or every time they drop out of a combo. Roll forward, call assist. Because it's the most offensive option they have. Maybe I shouldn't say every time, but any time that they want to go on the offensive, yeah. You homebreaker a lot on incoming. I know that with Virgil, it's like feels pretty hopeless. You get the hit there, but and yeah, Marvel, the ends justify the means, right? But look at that light. Like, what's it doing for you? Here we go. Dink, nothing. It's just like he's crouching under your overhead attack. You know what I mean? Like, ding dong, nothing happens. Like, you can't get any more don't use this move than that sequence right there. Wolverine is crouching. He can't possibly be blocking this attack. He's just sitting there. But it's not going to hit because it's not that strong of a move. But we get this happy birthday. I think at that point you should just super, because I think that's the only way to pick up the happy birthday there. Because when you throw, I think exactly what happened would be you threw the satellite, realized it wasn't going to pick up both, and then said, what if it picks up the wrong one? And at that point, once you realize it might not pick up the right guy, you can't go in. Like you pretty much have to do what you did. Maybe call an animal next time, but as a presence of mind kind of thing. Okay. Oh, executional error. Like I said, obviously, you always want to have crispy combos in Marvel, so that's always something to work on. Alright. He's just expected to get the punish. I don't think there's a real reason to use meter there. Let's take a look. Okay, first of all, let's back up a little bit because... yeah, there's no way like an S wouldn't have killed here. You couldn't have comboed after it, but like, he's dead. Something to watch out for. Be mindful of your opponent's health. Then Wesker comes in. And again, the Strider assist doesn't really help you there because he's just going to auto guard. That whole sequence is going to be auto guarded as soon as he blocks the round trip on incoming, which you usually don't have enough time to cross, even in X Factor, to cross up on that round trip. So most people are just going to hold back and say, okay, good, I'm blocking. Like, the hard part is that they have to fall out of that block. You know what I mean? And maybe then if you time Strider assist so that hits when they land, and you teleport again when that happens, something like that. But as it is right now, you're not actually mixing him up with that assist. You're just calling it. That right there is you probably already had the plan to do the rapid slash there, so he just called it out. Good on him. This right here, he drops, and that is not a counter hit, so you weren't pressing buttons. I think you were just holding up back, which I guess makes sense. X Factor Wesker, he can command grab you, so I'll let this slide on the account of like, well, it's a 50-50. It's still not, I don't know, it's always embarrassing, right? Like, I've been there too. When the opponent drops the combo, they still get the hit, and you're like, man, now I look like a sucker. Again, that definitely would have hit as a jumping heavy. Like, jumping heavy would definitely have closed that space to his head. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten hit by it, although he does throw out this jab here, so you never know. But he certainly would have had to block it. I do kind of like the I don't know what that move is called, but the downwards Excalibur. Not something you see a lot, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of safe-ish. Let me check. Dear God, it is like +10 on block, so yeah, you are good to go with Excalibur Light. It's not very invincible, but whatever. Cool stuff. I'm backing up here because I've been learning Wesker, and this is something that you can blow up bad Weskers like myself for. Not that SMG necessarily has a bad Wesker, but this right here is pretty predictable stuff. He jumps up again, and you get hit because you're teleporting there. He's not doing super jumps or anything. and he's jumping in a space that, of course, the gunshot is going to hit you if you make a false move. So teleporting is not a great idea there, because his most likely action is to do this gunshot again, because you're close to getting chipped. You after you take that gunshot, look at how low your health is. So he's like do pop, and oh shoot, I have to block, and now you're really close to getting chipped out. You probably could have just supered and then DHC'd, but he decides to go for gunshot, and it works out. Right here, as soon as you see him jump, just dash forward. You're Strider, you're slippery, you're fast. Jump forward, do a raw launch, do that little, you could probably do that command run ground bounce move he has, because that would move you forward, and it has a decent vertical hitbox. Raw teleport doesn't, I don't like it against normal jumps. Again, there's that kind of grab exchange there. Don't really get punished for it, but Wolverine's still in your face, which in a matchup like this can be a punish in itself. Okay, so that's exactly why that's not necessarily a good idea. Buster into Lightning is not only vulnerable, like you see right here, where you just get clocked, although Wolverine does take the hit, it's punishable. If he had blocked the Buster, he can just press a button and punish that before the lightning ever reaches him. That is why Zeros do Buster into air dash down, which I think you tried to do there but missed the input. I think you do it again here. Coming up. Buster, yeah, air dash down. That is definitely the optimal, like, zero neutral stuff, because it's safe and you can confirm off of it pretty easily because you're zero. Now, you see, yeah, sometimes there, like, it works out for you, but by and large, Buster Lightning is kind of, I guess you could call it outdated. Right there, that's punishable. He can just launch if he doesn't push block. Could use a Strider assist. Good pickup. A little bit mistimed there. Oh, he keeps it mad simple. Look at him go. If I were focused more on SMG, that's something I'll definitely stop the call out. That's the exact same mistake that you were making earlier, Jafar, is that he goes for, like, he puts in this, geez, where is it? He puts in this counter, but what, even a Helmbreaker could not possibly reach him to hit that counter, to trigger it, before this assist would clock you. You know what I mean? Like, it would be a better use of his time to just teleport, either forward or backwards, and then pick up off of either one. But we're not really talking about SMG. Alright, good grab. Goes into the combo, Devil Trigger. Definitely did not need a super there. You're in Devil Trigger and X Factor level 2. I'm also learning Virgil, and I'm a really crappy Virgil. So, I'm going to pause for a second because I want to talk about that. But, you definitely could have done double high rise, or like the Shady K, or even just the relaunch. High rise, teleport, super jump, medium heavy. Pretty much anything would have killed at that point. So right here, he throws this out and you're blocking it, and then he goes low. And that's not, as you can see, not a counter hit. You didn't hit a button there, you just got hit. Iron Fist. He has, what, that low attack, and his sweep and his launch or something, and like that's it. He has one overhead that is like 27 frames of startup. Block low against Iron Fist. There's no reason not to. He's not that scary of a character. His jump attacks are not good either. He doesn't have a command grab. Just block low. His ground game is phenomenal because of his like standing medium, standing heavy, but by and large he's easy to block. He's just not easy to counter against. Like once he gets going, if you let him go, yeah, he can be fearsome, but all you have to do really is get a decent push block in, and then your huge normals with Virgil can help you fight on even terms with his speed and range. That got a little sloppy. I think you tried to do the super earlier. Came out late. Oof, okay. Let's talk about this matchup. It's not really like a matchup that anybody, including myself, can really be like, oh, well, you just do this, this, and this, but we can think about it. Iron Fist has a ground game. Iron Fist does not have any kind of air game. He's fast. He's got good normals. And we're zoning him smack. Okay, so that's hard to like react to. You can't really react to that and punish, get the confirm off the Tigers usually. That's some insane stuff. But doing the teleport here, I mean, there's no way just like looking at the situation you're going to have time to do a teleport. He's that close to you. You can't mix him up with the Tiger. You could do that at this range out here. But right here, the Tiger's already hit him. So, think about how much time you have to do a mix-up with your projectiles, in this case the Tigers. Also, remember, Virgil is, you obviously don't want him to die to X-Factor Iron Fist, but he pushes him full screen. And Iron Fist doesn't have a teleport, he doesn't have any way of getting in besides just dashing, which he does right here and gets punished maybe? No, because that was just a normal... Yeah, that's just a oh, no, he hits you out of a move, it looks like. Although I don't see a counter hit spark. I hate this game. The counter hit sparks are impossible to detect. There's really no reason to get hit by that. Oh, I guess it's that giant red thing. I don't know how this game works, man. I thought this yellow stuff turns... I don't know. He's just doing his Iron Fist thing. Again, he can't mix you up that well, so just block. Hey, he's young, look at that. So that's a dead Strider, easily. Look at that X-Factor. Good block. And this just gets damage in there. He's not dead. And that is fine. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of just like Helmbreaker, but it works out more often than not, so I can't even take that from you. Okay, no real reason to do that. It's just one of those things you have to think about. You've already been punished like at the beginning of the set for like by Iron Fist through a projectile, so just throwing a projectile at the start of the round doesn't seem like a good... Like, what if he had called Iron Fist first thing, It's something you have to watch for and play around, because it is a good assist. As much as I want to disrespect the character, you have to deal with that assist. Gets the hit. Whoops! Roll forward, call assist. What did I tell you? Goes the wrong way, drops the combo, and you get the punish. Good stuff. Jump heavy, of course, the appropriate response in all zero air situations. Very nicely done. Although, once again, I'm pretty sure, I mean, I'll double check, but I don't think zero added really. Yeah, see, they hit at basically the same time. And I don't, like, you see how he's blocking down here, the lightning, beyond when he's blocking the Strider assist? The lightning outlasted the Strider assist anyways. So Strider once again added nothing to that. Dash back to the other side, he lands, and then you get the punish. That's all normal stuff. That would have happened even without Strider. So I'm not, since Strider can't get punished for that, it's not like it's a bad call, but it could be so much more. It could be the cheapest stuff ever. Like, it's some of the cheapest stuff in this game is zero incoming and Strider assist. If you add them together, like, it's just not fair. That's a funny moment right there. Kind of coincidental, like accidental, but... See, that could have been a punish. And I want to say it was just auto block. Like, this happened so fast. Yeah, that's just auto block. For all we know, you could have been still holding backwards the wrong direction. So that can be really dangerous to mess with, but... This is how I want to see you fight Wolverine. Throw those Hidankikis out there. Throw out Hidankiki, throw out Busters. Wolverine has a hard time getting around those because they're so slow. And all he can really do is dive kick. Oof. The punish. And then some good old Virgil stuff. Keeping it real simple. But he didn't have any health, so that's fine. Okay, so this next match we see right at the beginning. So I don't know exactly what happens here, but there's like a jump heavy there, and he gets punished, which is, you know, Zero getting really punished. That's a new one. But we see Wolverine go for this, probably an air grab right at the start, and gets a dive kick out of it. That's fine. That's Wolverine's game plan. He can option select that stuff. And then a jump heavy. There's not a whole lot that I can say about it besides like, oh, that's not a good idea. It's like clearly you were going for something there, but whatever it was, hopefully it was just an input error, because like it might be a hard read on an air grab, but it's not really worth it, especially with such a short character as Wolverine. He actually manages to whiff while you're doing this badass like Christy Yamaguchi fade away triple front flip. He whiffs, turns around, repositions, and then got him. So no, there is stuff that will punish. Okay, my sound desynced a little bit. There we go. You know, there are, you know, punishable things with Zero, even with that Buster. So that's a character down. Right here, misses the mix-up, but then that is a boom counter hit. You can see the red spark flying behind the pink spark. I know there's no blanket. It's Marvel. There's no blanket response like, oh well, every time Wolverine's rushing you down, you should do this, because I mean that's the whole point. Wolverine's insanely good at what he does, which is rush you down. Those staggered hits were really well done. Frame trap stuff right here, but you get hit when you're just swinging a button. And on Wolverine, I can't tell you what to do every time, but I can tell you that's probably not what you want to do, especially with slow, uncancelable normals like Virgil. Probably the time to push block and build yourself that tiniest bit of breathing room, and then you can swing a light. Maybe swing a light, or maybe do a jump or something. Something besides just like pressing buttons right when he's in your face. So he gets the hit, immediately X Factors. How disrespectful. That means he's not afraid of your Strider, or he's very confident in his mix-up game. His incoming mix-up. But his incoming mix-up is exactly the same as before. Okay, so there's like when you get an anti-air Vajra like that, it's pretty confirmable. Definitely work on anticipating that. I don't know how you got the light here. Maybe an execution error, but I'm not sure what you were going for. Yeah. See, you had you know what you're doing. I'm not gonna, I'm not trying to make it sound like you don't know what you're doing, because you called the satellite, you tried to launch it. It's just being ready to hit that reverse quarter circle S every single time, because that's what you're going to do after a Vajra. Okay. Ran out of X Factor, so not a lot to be said about that. Raw Ouroboros is, I've never been a fan of. I find it, in general, most people can block it very well unless you're doing little instant overheads. But when your opponent panics like this, that's great, because you can just, he was just getting hit, pressing buttons in the air, that kind of thing. Again, that Tiger mix-up isn't really one, but it doesn't matter. It's hard for Iron Fist to maneuver around some of Strider's options, although you don't want to get caught unawares calling one of those animals and just getting, sock 'em bopped. Now that, falling heavy instead of jumping heavy, that's some good stuff. Unfortunate drops. Into the loops. Okay. Whatever. Good. Blocked it that time. Not a helm breaker on incoming. Oof. Perhaps chickened out of your own grab attempt and got grabbed as a punish. Okay, it messes up his reset, which gives you a chance to play. That was, I kind of respect this, because if I remember correctly, yeah, that's just like a launch. You're just going for launch, and I there's a soft spot in my heart for Virgil stand S. I don't know if I would just YOLO it against Wolverine, because he's so damn fast. But you know what? I'm gonna give this one to you. No blow up. Raw launch is always the correct option. Ask anyone. Ask Clockwork. He knows. All right. In comes Strider. Goes for the grab. Another good reason that jump heavy's the god. All right. Got half your X Factor left. Now that mix-up is sick. Not a whole lot you can do to react to that one. And that, I just don't understand. Even if it's an input error, I'm just gonna say it's an input error and stop talking about it. But you know, I don't know how it came out. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. He can do the super, and that's not even like a punish on reaction. He did it before the bird even came out. Maybe you could super in reaction to make Strider jump back out of the way, but even that is like a risky proposition at best. Just getting clocked for this, and then an X Factor into the kill. Cool super right here. Danger. Oh yeah, really? Thanks, Marvel. And I believe that wraps us up. So, to go back over the most important topics. In fact, let me give you actionable solutions, things that you can work on today that will fix the problems that I saw in this video. I'll give you the top 3. Okay, with Zero, definitely, as I've already mentioned, you can work on his incoming. Zero's incoming is obviously one of his greatest assets, and it's something that it's easy to lab out. You can just come up with, you know, one mix-up that stays in front and a variation that goes behind, and then as soon as they land, you have another chance to mix them up. It's real simple stuff. You pretty much always have the initiative. That's going to show immediate improvements if you can strengthen that area with Zero. You won't let characters in so much. As for Virgil, more homework on the incoming game, but more than just, you know, the incoming setup is what happens right before that. Work on those X Factor 2 and even 3 combos so that you can get a kill that leaves you at a lot of time advantage. You don't want to have to kill with the super or any super, although the Giant Judgment Cut is the worst one, because that's going to limit how much time you have to actually get a setup after that. So definitely work on those X Factor 2 combos, and then make sure you can do incoming stuff with Strider. Finally, something to work on with Strider is, like I already mentioned, these neutral X Factors. You should definitely be using X Factor to, as I said earlier, get the momentum going and to turn around the match. That's what Strider does as an anchor character. He gets that incredible speed and damage boost and just kills, and the game's over. This is not really something that you can lab out, although definitely make sure your combos are crispy with him, as always. But my recommendation would be, you know, next time you play a casual set, next time you're playing a lot of matches, not necessarily in tournament, but something to look at, you know, challenge yourself. Only X Factor a block string, only X Factor when you're blocking, or only X Factor when you get a happy birthday or something. All these neutral X Factors are just, you know, you would have gotten the hit anyways, or you just don't get any hit. So that right there is something that's easy to work on in matches. You can just start blowing people away by taking better advantage of X Factor. Okay, and that's everything I have today. Focus on those key areas, and of course, polish everything, all the basics. Go into the lab, just polish out the BMBs, your basic neutral setups, and get your game looking as crispy as possible, and I think you'll be good to go. Double A signing off.